I shall be able to gift my daughter this following gift. She will understand that the pure nature of her spirit essence is not to be mistaken with anything else in this whole fucking world. I need to create this temple. Stay true to the real flesh of existence, beyond your conception of greatness, beyond your conception of infinity. Just do the work that is happening in that urgency. Just do the work happening in that frame of urgency. Just do the work that is happening with this merciless rigor of a truth which is beyond any fucking imagination of what the world is or what the fucking world needs. Just step with one foot into the fuck you to the world and one foot into the I love you with all of my being, and the fuck you to the world, and the I am one with the entirety of being. Fuck you to the world. I am one, completely one with the entirety of being, and I am giving all of myself. How the fuck does one travel through this deceptive realm? How does one travel into this continuously deceptive mental realm? How does one engage the necessary war continuously? The paradoxical war of hate and love, of destruction and creation, of discovery and invention. How does one engage, awaken into the paradoxical tension of this war? How does one fucking start to engage this paradoxical battle? I am amazed of how much fucking importance do I give to this stupid, singular moment of existence. I am amazed by how blinded I am by this enormously deceiving infinity, enormously deceiving, deceptive infinity. I am amazed by how blinded I am by this enormously deceptive infinity of the present moment, of the expanse of space, of the infinity of this realm. Attain this tool of sovereignty. Let us provide this gift of sovereignty to every child of this land. Let us provide this refuge of discernment, a continuous tool of discernment of the two directions of sentences, the two dimensions of sentences, the continuously bidimensional, paradoxical nature of life. Create this temple of protecting your sovereignty within the deepest of sharing. The deeper the love, the deeper the sharing, the deeper the fracture. Create this temple of discernment. How shall I bridge the discernment between soul substance between the true existence, the true substance, and the way it is expressed in this world. I need to create this temple which allows for this truth to be acknowledged and realized. The fact that the efforts of opening up our hearts are continuously hurting us profoundly because of not being able to discern the source with what is manifested in this realm, with what is manifested as shape, what I manifest as words, what I manifest as image, as creation, as this body, as this individual form of being. Knowing that what I feel is utterly impossible to be felt by others, utterly impossible to have been given to me by others. There is nothing that I have received from others in the subtle reality of my being. There is nothing that I depend on for the essence of my feeling, for the essence of my soul substance. I shall never project my own experience onto someone else. I shall never consider that what I feel is felt by others, this deceptive infinity of the world, this infinity of the soul of the other, this depth, this deceptive depth of the other, this projected depth of the other. To have the firmness of the spirit to reduce the projected infinity of the other, because it is completely otherworldly. It is completely out of your logic. It is completely out of your grasp. What cannot be talked about shall be kept in silence. This is the nature of the radicality of Wittgenstein. And thus, it is the only pathway for true love, which acknowledges the alien nature of the other, the completely other nature of the divine. Me standing in front of this realm now, it is standing in a completely alien form of existence, awakening to the alien nature of this realm, the alien nature of the moment I am in, the alien nature of this world right now, the way I withdraw the poison of projection about what the world is. I decide this worm to be the master of this temple. I decide this worm as the master of the temple. The way to love God in this moment, the way to love the flesh of God in this moment, to enter the heart of God in this moment, To enter the true heart of God in this moment means to be fully liberated of the stories of what the earth is, what the field is, what agriculture is, what the history of this place is, what my identity is and my role in this moment in time. This is the very nature of it. So how will I produce the temple for such a realization? How will I produce the temple for the possibility of such love? The love for the alien, the completely pure love, the love for the world which a newborn has, a newborn awakened to the substance of the world, not knowing anything about it, not being in the false safety of language, just like the animal. Just like the animal. This is always about bridging the two parts of our being, the subconscious and the conscious. The true union between them. The true union between the worm and the sentence. The struggle of the body of the worm, the material body of the sentence, and the abstract spiritual essence, which is inconceivable, unattainable, unmistakable, unable to be projected. Please live in the purity of this paradox. Live with the unity of this paradox. Live with the unity of the animal and the spirit within you. Live with the pure force of the contrast within you. Live in the pure force of contrast within you. Live within the pure force of contrast within you. Please live with the animal and live with the pure source of spirit, with the pure, timeless spirit essence. Stand within the flash of your true being. You are blinded by the motions of your individual existence. You are blinded by the guidance, the small guidance of your individual concerns. Stay within the feelings of the heart of this entire realm that can truly guide you into the true scale of your being. Please show me, please. It is my sacred duty to rip off the flesh of this visual horizon. It is my sacred duty to rip off the flesh of this distance. It is my sacred duty to be firm in this war that is so unobvious. To hope that I could eventually give this gift and establish the realm, the true laws, to be in this creation of a narrative which is not game, it is not literature, it is not art, but the discovery of the truth that is happening within the responsibility, the creative responsibility of knowledge, the creative responsibility of knowledge. You lose it so easily. You lose sight of the essential work to be done, which is beyond your individual concerns. You get so worried about your survival. You get so worried. On the one hand, I know that what I feel has nothing to do with what is expressed in the world. Move paradoxically into saying that there is nothing that I feel within that is not within this realm, that is not in the human language. There is this continuous paradoxical walk from one logic into another. The power to die to one logic and enter the other logic. The power to die to one logic within that step and enter the other dimension with the other. To die within one step. To die within the logic of the world and enter the logic of the spirit. The purity of spirit. To be simultaneously child and mature, to be simultaneously spirit and animal. How do I do this? To move out of this deceptive infinity of this individual perspective. The coming into existence of the spirit and the deception of confusing the nature of this spirit. The continuous deception, the continuous process of deception. One needs to engage thoroughly this continuous process, not to be escaped, but to be taken thoroughly, this continuous life, death and rebirth, death and rebirth. The substance of true love is loving the alien, is the utmost pure love which does not know anything about the other, which knows absolutely nothing. To my daughter, the highest of gifts, which is the tantric love for the divine, engaging the divine as the most brilliant possible form of a lover, when you have been able to exhaust all of your realm, to have complete unity with all of your realm, that is when true divine love can start, because you open your logic to something totally else, to a totally different logic, to something thoroughly else. This is the gift I want to give. The gift of, please understand, my daughter, that Love will always be suffering in this way, because I open my heart and I get distorted and I get misjudged and I get lost from myself because of the love and the desire I have for this world and for the others. So there is this continuous play between love and pain. So I've been searching for this temple of discerning what happens with our hearts when we open and when we feel heartbroken. I think this I found with you because I asked for help, and this insight came together with you. Are
you speaking to me or the wall?
To you.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, this thing of when we get heartbroken, we have two options that could result in opening up or closing, or
it's really a skill that must be built, of allowing pain to soften us and open us instead of close us and harden us. It's not just about seeing the difference. It's a practice. It's something that must be engaged as a practice. And I think a lot of it is about the threshold with discomfort. Like, if you can be with the discomfort of pain without trying to make it go away, but to really look at it, I think this already helps.
how do I accumulate all the suffering in all the hearts? How do I get to feel deeper and deeper in all the pain that I can touch, all the pain that I can... I need to just break my heart continuously and continuously and open to bigger and bigger scenarios and bigger landscapes and vaster types of feeling in order to attain some kind of motion in the body of truth, some kind of relevant motion in the body of truth. This is why one's heart needs to break open into vaster dimensions. The most beautiful thing becomes immediately shit. This is the wisdom of the worm sentence, the worm emotions, the worm wisdom. You take whatever you can to eat and you transform it into shit. To rip off the fucking flesh of this deceptive infinity. To give the gift of this sovereignty. The worm is the one that can travel through this dimensional split of worlds. The worm, the essence of its struggle, the blind motions of the worm, the blind motions of this hunger, the blind motions of this truth. Contortions, continuous contortions, continuous contortions, continuous contortions, continuous contortions, continuous contortions. The blind wisdom of the worm, the blind wisdom of the worm. The elegance of being one sentence, of